Hello and welcome to episode 20 of the 361 Recovery Programme, and today it's called Return to Oz. Have you ever had the chance to go back to your childhood? If you get the chance, you should. Everything has changed. Why does this scare us so much? Do we actually fear that we have changed? If you get the chance to revisit childhood places, click your heels together 3 times. Close your eyes and go. Get rid of those now. Oh, I love them though. I make so many weird friends wearing them. Other weird people like me. 1970s. I had the chance to go back to my childhood home and actually perform in the church where I was baptised recently. I'd not set foot or boot into this church. I did wear these actually since I was 14, and I left the Girl Guides because other girls were laughing at me because my skirt was too long because my mum had made it. My childish self thought this was the reason why those girls didn't like me, but now I see they just didn't like me because I was different. I felt the same, you see, when I returned to the church recently and I heard a woman criticise what I was wearing. It was a red velvet jacket. Going back helps us to see these things. It wasn't the skirt. It's not the jacket. Hopefully by midlife you have stopped trying to impress people and to fit in. Or have you? What else is your childish self still telling you? She's just a child with childish thinking. Don't believe her. It's time for a new message. 2. Lend a hand. Returning to Oz is hardcore recovery. The church was the same. The seats were still hard and wooden, and there was the little battered brownie flag that I had been so excited to carry just the once when I got bigger. On it was inscribed the message that helped mould me into a good girl and got me into so much trouble in my relationships. Lend a hand. I couldn't help feeling it would have been more useful to me as a girl if there'd been added, not to everyone though. The flag wasn't big enough for that, but that addition would have saved me a lot of problems in my womanhood and possibly one of the 2 divorces. 3. Pick me. Or is it 2? I also remember this never being chosen circle of my childhood, whether it was carrying the flag, being Mary in the school play, to stand up, sing or play an instrument. And I remember this desperate desire to be chosen, shared with every ugly girl with brown hair. If only adults could see past the cute blonde girls with skirts that fit. Pick me, pick me. I took this voice into adulthood and into all my relationships where desperation was the main driver, because we all want to be chosen, don't we? Take a look at dating sites if you don't believe me. Pick me, pick me. There we are, the slogan of my frustrated childhood all over Tinder. 4. Over the rainbow, of course. Returning to childhood in midlife is very illuminating. It's harsh lighting and a bare stage. It's a return to Oz after we found that the wizard wasn't really a wizard that could help us. It's over the rainbow, it's beyond the yellow brick road, it's back through the looking glass when Alice had all her fun. This thought keeps coming to me throughout the day when I was in the church. Alice is in a place she's never been before. And it's true, returning to the church built in 1975, I felt too big now. My childhood felt small there and not picked and out of place. And she'd found this room too big and huge and imposing, but now it wasn't. I was always looking up at people as a child and doing things to persuade them to pick me, which always failed. I had been there before in that room, but in another way I hadn't. Not the person I've become. Who am I now? Well, I silenced the church with my performance, and I bought my mum a cup of tea, so yes, I lent a hand, but more than that, I felt that I'd arrived somewhere new. Alice is somewhere she's never been before. I've arrived, and in recovery you can too. 4. Are you still a child? It's a difficult question, but it's one we need to ask ourselves. This isn't Oz anymore, and this is the end of our childhood. It seems a bit late. Have you even reached it yet? Do you want to? And what awaits beyond the yellow brick road? A sense of your own mortality and a compassion for other people, whether they're kind or not. An end to the childish voice that tells you stuff that is decades out of date. Your jacket is fine. You don't need to be chosen by anyone. The 361 recovery program can lead you here. Do you really want to be acting like a child on dating sites forever? Or do you want to commit time and energy into building a legacy? What are you going to leave? It's a difficult question, but it's one that I think is needed from talking to people, and it's in the 361 recovery program. I returned to that church in glittery red Doc Martens, and I felt bigger than those people who had harmed me, because recovery is all about perspective. I felt I'd returned home, and the 361 can help you face your childhood ghosts and feel bigger as you start to look at other people from that time on in equal terms, not as a child, your terms. Find the one, find your maturity with the 361. 361 coming out Monday and Wednesday on YouTube. Podcast coming every Sunday soon, and it's rolling out in blogs and in all sorts of mega exciting ways. So more at www.goddess.co.uk. Bye for now.